Don't shy away from it whatsoever. Instead, kamyk's going to be going straight up through a ram. Now, he's alone when this is happening, and the fight is kicking off into mid.
They have not watched the tape. Yeah. Simon was not ready for that. He's just out in mid with the spike.
Donated, yet still the right click in the hands of kamyk, and he picks up the upgrade, but he's going to be cleaned up. This is what Team Liquid are good at. Comes down to that discipline. They've honed it, they've refined it. Still, openings could be found. It's a 2v3, and it's going to be a difficult one at that.
I mean, how on earth do you recover this spike? CHICHOO and Smoggy are going to have to take fights. At the same time, there's a bait and switch setup here as well. Keiko has been playing some incredible Valorant so far in EMEA kickoff, and if he fails, Camo's played in.
The micro plays that Team Liquid love to cook up on the fly are so good.
Last player standing.
What's really set them on that path.
People are loving it. But what I got from the press conference was that CHICHOO was saying because he's such a fan of Nats, he's been watching all of the Team Liquid games. So he said, I know how their playstyle has shifted. I've watched all of their footage. They are not going to allow the same plan to hit.
It's be another one though. Oh my god, barely getting a handle onto the horns. There's a pull to supplement, and this guy is being chased now. Chomping at a bit to try and get a piece of him. And meanwhile, kamyk's cracking open the opposite side of the site. Keiko does isolate the fight with CHICHOO going down, but still kamyk will not be stopped. It's relentless here in the opposing section of the map. He gets that plant down, cracks open the site for them.
If Kamo had just played that a little slower instead of trying to go in through the smoke, Team Liquid would not have been in a bad spot. But now, player disadvantage, weaponry disadvantage, tough to convert a position like this. They're just looking to do damage to EDG. Having said that, Keiko just got the ult online.
Yeah, and that's also a critical kill of that. It's going to be catching mid lurk, and already you can see it, the ult, the threat of it, already pushing out and pulling out some of that util. kamyk tucked up top rafters, nobody swinging for this guy, and it's all dealt with.
Completely caught by the same pistol round, but they were ready for the bonus round idea. 4 players waiting outside B main. They just weren't ready for the fact it was happening on the opposite side. The A push.
Left to stand here, kamyk is going to be tested into this spot and position. He's got some help from on high. Keiko going to be joining him, and what a beautiful shot that is. Easily dismisses it, but EDG are not to be trifled with. They're going to be running them down up onto the site, and well, just walking straight into the sightlines. Nats makes a decent go of it. That is flicky. We need more than that at this point. He's got plenty of targets to choose from, especially. Yeah. I'm seeing Melons, man. This is a time issue potentially occurring.
30 seconds left.
Made a bit of noise in cutting it just at the 30 seconds mark.
And they baited Keiko into B heaven, so now this A site is a little weaker.
It's Paddy that's going to be tested, challenged. A shot missed, going wide. Camo does have the dimensional drift. That's going to give him all the information he can work with, but Paddy cannot really help. He's not much longer for this. Wall still stunned. Hits that. Trade inside, kick off to the side. Plenty more targets where that came from. Simon has to stick that plant down so they get that extension, but it's a 2v4 at that. In through the corner, Keiko is taking names and ripping off heads at this point.
Decent info for the rest of the team.
Control given up. Oh my, CHICHOO. Cheeky with a peek, but it's a head ripped clean off, and here's that showstopper. Earned up, primed and ready. He's going to be running out. What is that?
That's unbelievable.
Ludicrous stuff from kamyk. Pulling that one out. It's our opening game, man. You got to hold some of it back still. Nats tucked up, ratty position at that, but he's traded nevertheless. And here's where the fight really kicks off. Straight through mid. There's going to be another kill found with kamyk. Can't quite find it. Camo off to the side as well, and he finds that stray shot. Slightest of angles to work with, and Simon is left alone. Back against the wall. 2 targets to deal with. Knows the rough positioning. Heads on a bloody swivel.
Yeah, we've got to see the replay of this.
Oh!
Oh, that is one of those filthy shots. Got it up here.
And this is a lot of presence. I mean, emphasis being placed by EDG up towards ramp, but that spam. Again, instinct at its core. Forced to really dash away from the fray.
kamyk re-clearing over towards B. This has got to end A.
I'll take it in that direction here. There's going to be Paranoia sweeping forwards up towards heaven as well. There's going to be a bit of safety ground for EDG. With passage into the side as well. Even plant that is possible for heaven here, but Team Liquid looking to try and take this one, and potentially with the flood. That's a flash around the corner. kamyk dropped single digits. 1 HP at that, but potentially all he needs.
They know where the danger player is. Yeah. But they just don't have utility to be able to flush him out properly.
Players corralled onto the side. EDG, they win out that critical fight though, out towards elbow. Paddy gone. Maybe they can try and fight their way past. Time is ticking here. This operator in the hands of Keiko is really slowing them down to a degree as well. And now you're seeing it. The peak's coming out. Smoggy tries to take that fight, but surely the openings are done and dusted. Keiko just trying to save this operator. Trying to keep it into the next. It's a round one. The goal is damage for Team Liquid.
And I'd say they achieved their goal there. They're going for that fight over towards mid, same as their pistol round setup.
Where's that trade? I mean, Team Liquid. The discipline has been a Team Liquid classic, isn't it? Eco round, pack mentality, try and group up and take these fights together with them. Still, it's that equivalent exchange when it comes to it, and Nats is just taking off heads.
This was the forced rifle that Nats went.
So making sure that they hold really far back. I mean, the battle line's being drawn all the way.
I'm not sure about this one, because if you allow CHICHOO to get into position where they can plant and pit, that is going to be tough.
Oh, Nats. Will he spot the heads? Silhouette's waiting. It's a fight taken out through spawn and across their placement. Why?
He goes back into the same...
There's no way. Steps forwards. Wants to take the fight straight to them. What a challenge from kamyk! And it's 2 taken away. EDG, but a bite from the round, removed just as easily as that. The spike dropped down at their feet. EDG left reeling.
Another situation where CHICHOO could possibly get a pit down and maybe win things. He's going to pit at the same time as Smoggy plants. If there was anybody close, maybe that would be dangerous, but EDG have gotten away with it. Now can they win?
TP disengage, backs himself away. The pit does allow Team Liquid options. At least get themselves into a site and position for the retake. Still difficult in itself to deal with. Prowler committed, Horns alongside it, sees. Dumping the util. Now it comes down to stray spam. Kill's going to be found as well with the highlights occurring. CHICHOO! G looking for a bit of a play.
Keiko has ult.
To be heaven, and here's that ult comes into effect. As you were saying, Fuse is going to be burning down just to cinders, and he's forced to just pre-aim it off into the corner. EDG, an opening. Paddy falls. Still that's a nade. It rebounds. Brings down nobody. Straight to his knees. Mad dash now in a scramble up towards the...
Go for a pause, and Kankan might even realize that B Heaven is open.
Camo! He's right there, ready and waiting, and a dimensional drift as well to escape if he chooses to use it. He's going to be able to get that information. 35 seconds.
They're going B,
Where
but
are you
kamyk's
going?
there! kamyk's there!
Straight into mid. He might be able to find this one. It's an easy target, potentially yet. That's a spike on down into mid. Meanwhile, CHICHOO up through the guns, trying to find it up through heaven. This is chaos. This is anarchy. But EDG, they thrive in it. They were molded in it.
They know that kamyk's here.
And kamyk has got a lot to do as the playmaker. No way, man! They push all the way out through B main, and now, with that util being used, got a bit of a feel for the round here. Now it's going to be landing over towards A. Util going to be expended just to try and keep Team Liquid out of it, but an open site given up and granted. EDG going to be happy with heavy control. Let's see how good their retake is.
Team Liquid don't have any util to go for post-plant aggression here, but they have to. Nats might even get caught in sewers.
Yeah, they're going for the deep fight out towards screens with Simon falling. It's a critical kill at that. Nats as well. He's getting away with murder. Still alive, but surely should be falling. And yes, nobody hunts him down. It's precision at its core.
The fight in heaven.
The big wraparound, yeah, and this is where it's really important. Damage being done to multitudes of players. Still surviving into the tail end of things here, but it's a 2v2. Camo is low. But not planted for them. That is a worldie of a shot. Camo with a wraparound, but now he's given up his position. CHICHOO half already. He's earned himself the outs. And shots are rattled, fired off. Camo TPing away. CHICHOO, he's sticking this one. It's down to the minor margins.
Also a potential fight over here over towards A.
Nats always in danger. That's going to be drone spotted. Fault line was ready. It was held, primed just for that. And they're going to pounce.
Is there a reaction from Team Liquid?
Maybe up towards mid still. Kang, he's locked down the avenue.
Conventional op angles for the Jet. And that's just so good against Team Liquid's contacty attack style.
Info gathered. Smoggy's willing to give them up a little bit of that space up towards A heaven. Some control from EDG. Out through spawn. CHICHOO. Get away. That bulldog in hand, because they know that they're putting the squeeze onto these Team Liquid players. The emphasis is going to be placed onto them.
It's also uncomfortable, though, for nobody and Smoggy to play on A. They've got no control anywhere.
30
and no
seconds
reinforcements.
Here's a challenge occurring out towards it. Now getting a bit of a run on and a bit of a move on. Nade at that. Rebounding towards the back. Keiko finds it. Bulldog in hand. Nobody. Short work. Made of Camo up towards heaven. Snappy. Keiko will attempt to make do with what he's given into the round, but it's absolute shreds. It's scraps. You've got 9 seconds left. And you
will recognize that mid is empty. They choose to fight it here. That means that they have to give up somewhere else. And you can see that Camo's working along with Nats and has got a lot of space over here on A.
Going wandering.
Not a normal pathing either.
Guns out for Smoggy, but it's a little bit too late for that. Beautiful shot. Takes him out.
kamyk's got to survive here.
Oh boy.
Okay, but now the spike. How is the spike going to cross?
That's what I mean. They've got to try and create openings here. CHICHOO can definitely suffocate them out of the side. They want to try and get themselves in. Drops it down. Sees avoided narrowly at that. Still Nats. Okay, I mean, the snake bite does the job.
30 seconds left.
CHICHOO into that uncomfortable position.
This is going to be another eco round win for Liquid.
25 seconds left, though. They do have to get a move on.
EDG are just struggling so much in these kind of situations.
Plan down.
Look at the positions. It's so difficult to retake this. You have no idea where Keiko is. And Kamo at any point can go and get info with his ult.
Too much to clear, but Simon and nobody. Well, util. I don't know how you use it. Sending out the salvos. Push players into unfortunate scenarios and positions potentially there with the aftershock in hand. Flash up and away. It's all dodged in time. And Kang holds his nerve.
That's not Durka.
It's a trigger finger, yet still slams the shot. And you're right, it's not Durka. No fakes occurring just yet, but we'll have to respect it with a dimensional drift. And hands a camo, clears his way. The site is paved to that plant. Keiko going to be earning himself to that now. He's one step closer to the showstopper. If he gets himself a kill, retake is going to be incredibly difficult. Kamo going walkabouts up towards stairs. You just don't expect it, but these awkward timings is where Team Liquid thrive. EDG going to try and pick up the pieces now and forge something better out of the round into the middle of it, but there's smokes in their face up towards heaven, and Kamo still causing all sorts of difficulty. He hears it, the rumble, the footsteps! My God, man! He's ripping them to pieces, and Kang, knives in hands. You have to do more than slice and dice. You need a bloody miracle, but maybe he's the man for the job. Could potentially do it. Time ticking, though, getting away from him, and Kamo knows it. Play to the win cons, doesn't even give him the fair fight, and doesn't even let him save the... And this is nobody's going to try and make a go of that one, but again, doubled up. The weaker buy of EDG, so they're going to take risks. And okay, CHICHOO, beacon, orb up. Doesn't choose to evacuate. Wants to press the advantage, potentially. Looks like he wanted to try and maybe go forwards. No, it's backs away now, and it's all quiet by Team Liquid, slow and steady. It's the game plan and has been essentially almost their entire run in kickoff.
Yeah, and look at what they've done again. They found the same lurk timing here, where they get two players. Instead of going and following the Viper wall up ramp, they're making an adjustment for this match where they take the lurk into the site. They're recognizing that EDG are not running a hard anchor. There's no, Cypher or whatever that's anchoring over here towards elbow.
Yeah. He is very alone going for this play.
You are divided.
With the plan going down. Cosmic Divide in their face. He could do a lot from this spot, but he's got to deal and contest with these players off into the flank. And Keiko's just so hard to root out this guy. Ingrains himself towards main as well. He's going to be that backup policy with the ultimate in the back of his hands, but there's bodies and backs facing towards him. Kang up and around, and still flicky, but Keiko, man! What is that? An explosive opening. Kang with 3, down to that 1v1, and still, again, the time's going to be ticking and potentially getting away from him. He needs to find a player with kamyk. Standard stuff, because they've been watching the boards into the corner. That's going to be a clone, and still Satchel plays straight into the fray. Kang, and Kamo, you can't quite dismiss this guy, not so easily.
That's an... Oh, here comes the retake.
Wait
so
a second.
fast.
Yeah, that's a flash. We go trying to flood attempt in here. So they're trying to plant up for heaven. That's a pit. Lay it down. It makes it a bit more awkward. And CHICHOO, instinctual plays. Highlights will not help you there, Nats. The pit falls. It is planted for heaven. But kamyk in a 1v3 to tap. Trying to root kamyk out. Smoke covering most of the fire. Tapping away. But he needs a rifle spray to just go his way. And it's not going to happen. By it. What kind of targets is he working with here? TP into the back of the side. My God, this is all over the place. What is going on? What is going on, man? Kanga's not ready for it whatsoever. I mean, Kamo was on an island.
Oh, Kamo also didn't realize that the operator was pushed up that close until he took the shot. There was a prowler that left everything out there. Nats hunted, taken down. They've been good at removing this A-lurk, but the retake can't come through as quickly as in previous rounds. So now another opportunity for Keiko to go walkabouts in the post plant.
Yeah, okay. The time has been ticking as well. This plant was down. Rapid at that. Keiko, the whole line missing. Still Simon's there with a trade. Crouched up in place. Needs to do a bit more. Heaven though, not watched for. And Paddy, he's perfect onto these angles. Once more, Kamo. Just absolutely no lurk wall in sight. Kind of spells it out. openly. EDG, they're going to try and take this one, but KangKang forced to reveal his hand. On top of that with a dash. Push back and away.
Kamo looked like he wanted to go aggressive there, but he has to go back, plant the spike
Spike
first.
On sight. Other than Kamo.
You are divided.
Liquid trying to make a go of things. This is going to be a showstopper. Committed. Just spotting that player out, CHICHOO. No more. Could be a playmaker into the round. Not for much longer here. There's chaos occurring at the same time. kamyk is on the other side of the bloody map. Armageddon trying to get a move on. Calling for the pause. Kills to be occurring. I mean, that's just a peek through, and KangKang just, he can't hit the shot.
There's no way.
kamyk's from behind.
Oh, the
Time's gonna be
awareness!
ticking. Yeah, he's got that awareness because these guys are just rats in the walls at this point. Liquid, they're everywhere. Diffuse occurring. Smoggy's got a
They
smoke
think that's the
to
diffuser.
obfuscate.
They
And the
missed!
pull
They
miss!
missed!
Smoggy! Oh my!
It missed!
Are you joking? What do we want?
Cutting through.
Once more, Kamo. He's been cheeky with his TP plays. This one, it's going to be spotted potentially. There's no way, Smoggy. There's no way. Flashed up, revealed. TP to evacuate. Kamo straight in there on top of it. A bit of spam might just not go amiss here. It's, I mean, nobody's trying to play up close and personal. Cuts it up onto the angle.
Can he get one in this spot?
Smoggy hard committed, but running wide and dropping down. CHICHOO's lucky to get away with even that. It's an open side for Team Liquid. Cracked it open wide. CHICHOO and KangKang have got to do it all. Dash still available here for KangKang. Not even choosing to proc it. This guy walking out, but he's missed it. Oh, no way. He's just missed the corner. Trade there. It's instantaneous. But CHICHOO's only on 8 health, man. What can you do in this spot? And he doesn't want to wear any of these players. Narrowly avoiding the Prowler, but still hits the flick. There's a trade in sight though as Paddy turns the favour.
That was so sneaky from Nats.
Put his way right into there, still into the sight. These players are going to try and push this one back. EDG
Look at him looking for the
corralled
lurk.
into the corner. Yeah.
Team Liquid are so heavy looking for the lurk.
So convinced, I think, that it's even occurring as well. But EDG's post plant's not the best. No players playing towards main or even off site. You've got to try and carve out the path to success here and now. Out to the side and wide as CHICHOO picks up that two-piece once more. And Smoggy forced to reposition. Kills. Snakebite layer down, but this is all
in.
just avoided. It's an off angle by Smoggy.
He dodged the Prowler. What an immense play.
It's created an opening. It's all about making sure that you can not bleed away too many more players at this point here. The salvos are good, but there's a pocket to play in. Nobody not aware of that fact. Still, Horn a little bit too deep. Smoggy still alive, still kicking. Spam is the name of the game. paTiTek just trying to draw attention, I think, to the Heaven players to lurk their way up themselves. It's all contact plays here from Liquid. That's the name of the game. It's the philosophy. Got them this far. Might just drag them to another section of OT. We'll see though, 4 versus 4, and it's all calm until it's not. Players not watched for, down and towards hell, but up on towards heaven, and the trade's in sight.
Down B.
Kills exchanged.
30 seconds
Spike is
left.
dropped
They
down
lost
into
the
the middle of
spike.
nowhere.
They lost the spike on top of rafters.
Up onto heaven, and KangKang is a prime opportunity.
First time where we've seen EDG find this opening.
Right past the pull, flash in through the back. There's a nade up from heaven. It's going to be preventing the walkout.
They are
And
flooded.
Keiko, he's right in there. Yep, flood attempt. Caught for Team Liquid.
Down B.
They sense it, they smell it. There's blood in the water, and as these players line up, the damage is done, and more. Nobody.
Yeah, Team Liquid make the bold decision to just jump out into sight. Flashes, double duelists, getting through the smokes. And CHICHOO's going hunting for paTiTek.
Walking around here. Oh my. Dash has to be expended just to try and get the hell out of there. Kills found at least. How the hell has CHICHOO got his way through there?
Yeah, he just walked through the smoke.
He's found that timing indeed. KangKang!
What's that?
Here he is.
He's gone
Time
for
to show
another.
up and try to shut them up. Finding a multitude of kills. There might be more where that came from, but the counter spam goes both ways, son. Nats sends it flying straight back. Head spotted. Simon giving a slight haircut straight through the box there, but with Nats as low as he is. 2 versus 3. Limited in terms of chances, but you never know. Flash forwards. Keiko still lurking, contacting. Another flash as well. And a peek forwards almost with a reset of the aim.
And they're doing a slow crawl up to A.
Spotting the corner. They know that Paddy plays perched up onto heaven. It's a beautiful one at that. Pretty blocked by the drone, but I don't think they're going to be too worried about it. It's open access. An easy access at that. Nats, what is his timing? You're seeking to take. It's a flash and a flood. An attempt at a play, but EDG are one step ahead. Players to the game plan. Keiko not slowing down though. kamyk out wide onto heaven once more. He's looking for bodies. He's hoping that EDG will just open themselves up. Keiko sailing sky. Paddy holding, lucky to be alive. There's damage done through the wall, but CHICHOO dropped down into mid.
Nobody!
Nobody!
Was that spam?
That
What was
is
that?
spam or something, I'm not too sure.
Is that because Nats didn't commit his wall?
And that's a spike drop down into the laps of these EDG players. This is it, surely. Hard to fumble from this point, but Team Liquid will look to dig deep. And again, back to old reliable. Walking around, casual jaunts around the map, contact plays, creeping and crawling.
Simon's watching.
And Simon says, you might not pass this one. There's a horn up into his face, and still Keiko, he just deals with it. Takes that guy out. Can with the operator will have to just back himself away. They gotta know where these players are, but still kamyk, no way. kamyk!
We missed some really crucial fights, and I don't blame the observers. What is going... I mean, why? I don't know. We're into really deep territory in this game. Nats must have thought, if I don't commit the wall, they won't think about the A flank. So he ends up going down and delivers nobody two, and then two answered back. In all...
EDG, that's a dash active, and that's going to be the go button. Signaled. Can moves forward, steps forward. Keiko dropped, and this guy has been a thorn into their sides. Nats taken care of. At this point, we've seen some miracle rounds from Team Liquid, but I think it's a hard ask for Kamo and paTiTek. Still going to make a go of it. You have to at the end of the day. Paddy.
One enemy remains.
His way around though, but that's a bullet to the side of the head. And he's dropped dead. CHICHOO. Cold with it.
The EDG walk down mid right now. Off the A ramp pressure.
Going up towards ramp though. Can. Hold up. Plays in his face and a shorty at that. My God, Kamo just turned him into mincemeat down towards the vents and a peek out wide. CHICHOO, if you got a little bit more, maybe, potentially. Can't quite get the third, but Smoggy by his side. Nats slices and cuts him up, and Simon, there was damage done. Weak as anything, Swift Breeze will bring him down, but a bullet...
It's kamyk and Nats' job to hold on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know Pearl's an unfavorable map for both teams, but neither of them wants to play it at this point.
They decided not to give the plant to Nats there, who would have had Pit.
I think that goes to show, I think, that getting a bit flustered.
Well, at the same time, you don't want to get timinged by nobody. The chances of nobody winning a 1v2 in this spot, it arguably might even go up if there's a Pit.
Gives him ins and possibilities to get himself into the fight. That's bullets rattled and away. Back behind screens, and nobody does need a miracle at this point. Stunned, rattled and away, one kill found. Needs that second one, but he's really just going to be guessing. Nats holds it down, out towards L.
That could backstab.
This is going to get messy.
What an entry!
My God. Nobody somehow finds that one. This is going to be it. Salvo's in the fault line. Cuts it up and dissects the site. Chances and opportunities, but Nats is still alive, but with the paranoia in your face, how much longer will you be kicking? They can't remove this guy. It's a thorn in their side and more. It's buying time and space for his team to get back in. Util expended, out through the smokes. The feed is built. Broke some records for our opening game.
I mean, how many have they had at this point? I've lost track.
Ridiculous, man. It's just absurd. And there's already flashes into the face of Can. Push back, forced to respect the CHICHOO sees. That connects into the corner. Needs some help, needs some bailout. Kamo, instant with the trade. CHICHOO lucky just to get the one. Putting a squeeze now onto him. Kang's hot on the heels, and he does eat him up. Kamo not long for the world, not long for the round. EDG, is this it? Could this be the impetus? Just spotting barest of heads. Simon whips it around, and it leaves it all down.
4 seconds. And the ambush is going to start to close in here. He has got to come up with a miracle.
Anchor Smoke opted in for.
Recovering it.
To try and push them back. 1 star left remaining, and he needs to isolate these fights and more, but EDG are not going to give him those openings. There's discipline at its core, paranoia flushing him out wide. He's lucky that he didn't fall in the first time. Kang.
It's the most standard position for it. So he's giving it away and now deciding to go all the way around. What's he up to?
Yep, up top, onto the high ground. Paddy, not enough bullets in the chamber to really do the job. Give him the business. Still, Keiko through the back of the site. Ghost in hand.
And now they're going to make the pivot. This is a right call from EDG. The wall got triggered over towards A main. You don't have A main control. You don't have a good entry into the site. It's time to call it quits and go back over to B. Yep. Team Liquid have got themselves a nice advantage here, though, even though they're going to be playing retake.
See what EDG opted for. Let's plant out. It's a weird spot at that.
Spike planted.
A few positions to play from, but what risks are going to be taken? Oh my, jump spot almost punished, not quite, backing away into halls now, and everybody retreating. Ingrained positions here for the EDG players. We're going to see if they can do some damage and rip off a few heads, but it's all Team Liquid so far. Get them a move on. This is a rapid play at that. Plenty of bodies ready to meet them, but CHICHOO has got to do a bit more with that, and he's dropped down to just 10 HP. Surely too much for him to overcome. And
here's a big A-main fight.
Yeah, you're going to see the spike taking place. Guns in hand, Team Liquid. They're going to try and save the day themselves, but Kamo just saves his own life in the process. Backs himself out. Barely alive on 17 health. Gives up the A side for EDG here, but it's 3 versus 3.
Team Liquid will be fairly happy with that clash. I mean, they were the ones with a bit worse weaponry.
Going re-exploring.
A lot of it came down to paTi there. Had to win that fight, I think, and keep some arc control.
Take hold.
Sees up and over the top here. Simon potentially looking to reposition off of it. He's worried though. Potentially worried about main. I think he might have just heard that one. Yeah, the TP. So he's got his eyes trained onto the spot. Kamo almost winning that one out, but with one left, standing headhunter in hand. Again, just creeping up onto the angles. Similar play. Kamo can try and afford this one, but Kamo can't afford to be losing his life. Not in that spot. And now a rapid go around. The ones are going to be popped off paTi. There's pressure on him. It's going to be tested, but oh my, no one watching for that potential option. Off to the side is a steel guard and let loose. Makes his way across into the site and a shorty into the hands of paTi. Tries to earn himself that upgrade, not that it would have been much help in the end. Still trying to maintain control and shut them down.
Basically the same idea again here for Liquid. This time Nats gets punished holding that angle.
Saw plenty of thrifties on the other side of things here, but maybe EDG's time to shine. And Kamo has got that get out of jail free card. Will opt to use it, but at this point you've already lost 2 of your players. One's layered down in through lane. paTi was going to be slowing down a potential approach. EDG did set their sights over towards it, but calling for a pause.
Yeah, and think about this from nobody's perspective. On a prior eco round, he realized nobody was fighting B. There was no resistance there. This time, though, paTiTek is pushed up the pillar.
This is so brave.
He could get run down.
Yeah, he absolutely could. He's just spotted
the
players. Yeah, this is problem territory. Dimensional drift. Yeah, that's the danger, man. Knife out. You've been playing Europe, you've been bracketing it, and Kang showing a bit of promise on it. We could take that timing. The rip into the ult, and now Kamo is hoping to do a bit more damage. Kang though, he is the danger in this one. 3 already in it. Make it 4. We'll see who ends up on top. Oh, yeah.
He took the teleport.
He did.
Perfect timing.
Back. Meanwhile, into the smoke, that's paTi. Watchful eye onto it. Contact plays called out, all baited out, and the spike retrieved, but a lot more to do from this point if you are Smoggy, and CHICHOO's on the opposite side of the map. But not breaking the drone there.
Yeah.
To not give away his position. Smoggy?
To Jenny. And so that was
here, Nats with that A main control. And again, he could be a playmaker. He could be the man of the match, but okay.
He shot the clone.
He did indeed, and Kang obliged in return. I think he was still alive and kicking out towards the back here. The Salvos might just push him out of position. No, not quite. They're not going to clear him. He can just spam himself through the wall. There's 40 seconds left roughly into the round. Kamo lets it loose with the dimensional drift, and the crosshair placement. It's impeccable. It's perfect. And from Team Liquid across the board, more than ready for it. Rido has been proactive with this flash onto the back wall. It looks like he might want to go for it. Double flash play with a dart on top of it. Triggers onto the first one. paTi doesn't have it. It's on cooldown for now, but there's going to be that dimensional drift, and here it is. Kang spotting out these players. Multitudes at that. Let's it rip. He's let loose now into the back of the hall, so he's carved out a bit of a path for his team to play in here. Simon with that plant. Nothing to push that one back either, so Team Liquid going into the retake here, but already going players down. It's topsy-turvy for Liquid. What was looking like potentially a good setup, but they're just losing fights outright.
CHICHOO was set up on that B-Link lurk. Team Liquid gonna commit to this? They would lose the operator.
So, not with the operator in hand. You need a kill.
It looks like they're going forwards, though.
I think this is trolling ever so slightly. kamyk, though, might be making me eat my words. I'm all here for it. Give us a game. Making a go. Still off to the side. kamyk still doing damage as well, but time is ticking. And this is where the problems arise. Backing himself away. Smoggy's on for an ace. And that does not want to give it to him.
No, there's no world in which Smoggy gets his ace here. Nats is backpedaling as fast as his little legs.
Butched up, just onto the box, and
A lot in China with their previous composition is this kind of pathing where they go down art and then through mid back into B-Link. And it can be really difficult to defend against. It's an uncommon pathing from the attack side, but this time, Team Liquid had nobody there. It's not like you could catch Nats or kamyk holding over.
I'm a bit confused at EDG's game plan as well, though.
They were just looking for a pick for the last 30 seconds. They haven't found one. They've got to end in a split
30 seconds
or
left.
save. Those are the only options available to them, and I assume they're going to give it a go. They have the money.
20 seconds. Clear out these players towards the backside of pit, though. They're going to be problems. Smoggy with a plan, anything to push it back. It's a Hunter's Fury, but guess what? He's committing it.
Spike planted.
Smoggy, hey up. Narrowly avoiding it. One burst connects, but not the second or the third. So he's still alive here to play a bit forwards, but the positioning is expected. Predictable. Keiko happy to capitalize, and he takes it one step forward. Camo off onto the flank, dodging, juking. CHICHOO can't see a bloody thing. Blind as anything, yet still wins that fight out. Dominates the angle. It's important to control A main.
No way!
Simon with the slam bloody dunk.
Wait, he was waiting for paTiTek to pinch and pincer. And CHICHOO killed them both. And then just starting things off early. Trying to clear these spots. Jumping up. Clearing the pillar.
Timing! Kangkang still steps up. Single-handedly dismisses Nats there.
Good try from Nats, though.
Yeah. We'll respect it. Salva's going to be used to clear the way, mostly. Tight corners. Breaks up any potential Thorn util. Could impede this potential hit, but it's all just a bit of presence. Fake pressure at that, recall, and a refight called at that. Kangkang, he's got a bloody dart in his face.
But he's left
not
nobody.
quite. He has, with the spike in hand. It's a bit of a bailout. Team Liquid don't even realize how lucky they potentially were. And going walking and exploring out towards the lane. It's CHICHOO ripping kamyk's head off.
This is going to be so tough for Liquid, even with the ults that they have online here. Cosmic Divide is obviously great for going for a retake, but Paddy is so far away. Might even get caught in mid by Simon on the lurk. I don't know why Simon's been hard lurking with Nightfall.
Angle, Salvo as well. Comes about here. Players almost lining up for it, but EDG going for that clean sweep. We're attempting for it. Paddy still alive off to the side, and he has that steel guard. It's the final round. You might as well expend it, and he's getting the move on at that. Lets it loose. Unleashed now and takes the fight before they can even get ready for the setup. It's a 2v1.
Does he think about CHICHOO being behind?
I mean, this is just so damn unlikely. Pull just for that first tap. Paddy's got so many obstacles to navigate, and of course he doesn't expect.
Nats has found this walk up over towards B.
So damn deep here.
There is a vice wall, of course, so he can't full commit to it, but he knows where CHICHOO is now. And that is...
Yeah. CHICHOO giving the plot away here, and it's just a call for the 3-2-1 swing out from the players to the wall triggered. That's an attempt of a timing by Keiko. He's going to make a go of it. Still, he's trapped tight to the corner once more, and EDG barely removing this guy, but still finding the value, and as the wall fades away, Nats ensures that nobody's going to be fading to black. Kangkang barely there. Flash backs himself out.
They have to go back and get the spike at this point still.
It's miles away.
And look at where Patty is. I mean, Patty and Nats could not be more disconnected from each other. And Kangkang looking great here on this pistol round.
It's a lovely one.
Determined to have EDG run away with a 2-0 to start at Bangkok. They have read that Nats is rotating, and I don't think it's a bad read. Because otherwise he abandoned paTiTek, and that is what happened, but they had to go and get the spike. EDG are not reading into the fact that Team Liquid just left the spike in the shops.
It does leave Nats an open plant, an open site here. EDG look to play this one together. Simon has Haunt as well, so it's good util to clear out potential corners, and as long as you play together with that discipline and trade each other out, in theory, should go well, but you are up against Nats himself, and this guy, he's a menace.
It looks like it's planted for back halls. When do they decide to use the Haunt?
Beautiful, but timinged. Simon sticking, diffuse, potential half, and it's not quite planted for him, so the stick all the way through into the end! And it's Simon who saves the day for him. Nats is occurring here. Smoggy walking around, okay. One player dealt with, removed from the side. CHICHOO can't be asleep at the wheel into that spot. He's got the supplementary util at least to try and help him out. Asawos, so there's no pushback, but there's a pull into their face and they're all blind as anything. Spamming away, vulnerable top, but the judge even save you here. It's Nats making a good go. Danger in the hands of these Team Liquid players, but he's immediately just taking out Paddy. Up over towards A main, moving a potential position to play in. rejoining and regrouping with the rest of his team. EDG have got that pack mentality now, looking to clear the way out through mid. Nobody's alone, essentially, taking this fight. I mean, they all are, man.
This is the spike just dropped in the middle of mid.
What doing?
Team Liquid have got a decent read on the fact that B is being played for retake. They should have that info. They've seen it on the pistol. They've seen it kind of by dying at double doors and dying in art. And yet, not really respecting EDG's ability to fight in mid.
No.
The Liquid players have talked before about having a feel for the game. And when they feel like they've got the rhythm of what's going on, they get the timings, they feel good, they feel confident, they're playing together. Here, this round was an example of the exact opposite.
Yeah, they're not quite hearing the drums, are they?
MAÇ is going to give it a go, but there's 15 seconds. It's not even possible to get the spike out.
Exactly.
But, I mean, MAÇ has got a free gun, so you might as well.
Look a bit flashy into the tail end of the round.
His own slow betraying him there, though, from the Tour de Force, and it's looking like a bit of a limp end to this.
Nobody?
Oh, that's
pull that
brutal.
one. The boulder might just be crushing you. KamyK sees it. It's a dimensional drift though, so okay, Camo's going to be safe here. Spotting out two of the players, including the operator. KamYk's backing out. CHICHOO, he was dropped, so that means their setup on B does go down. Team Liquid have cracked this one open. Camo to hold on to the space towards back halls.
Cutting through.
Can't give up too many easy kills. KamYk with the operator. It's going to be difficulty in that. Hunter's Fury, Simon just predicts incorrectly. Sidesteps into the wrong direction. Smoggy. It's going to be fading away here. It's a stun with good connection at that. It's going to be onto the second player, but pulls it back in a round. It's going to be the TP to evacuate. Salvo's in through, into back halls.
Look at him sprinting around. Not a soul on B.
Happy to leave it. Getting proactive with the flash on top of it, so no acknowledgement. Oh, it's a blind spot. It's a blind spot, yet still an adjustment. Reactions off the charts from KamYk.
Oh, that's gross. And they've triple pushed out main as well. So Keiko is alone in mid. Does he get cleared? Does he get pinched?
Here comes the slow squeeze, and he's not aware of that. Snaps to the back of the head. That's execution star from nobody.
And this looks like a sad end for Liquid.
Steel Garden for Steel Garden. See the shorties in play. Armageddon at least, trying to buy some space. Oh my God, Paddy, what the hell are you playing at? Pushing right into the fray, right into the enemy's face. There's two left to stand here. KamYk try and carve out some space alongside Camo, and they've done just that with a couple of kills of their own, but it's just one left to stand. 1v2 Nightfall, no more sound cues, pure reactions. Just the aim in your eyes that you can lean on and try and rely on. Earns himself the 1 to the 1v1, but Smoggy